Hi there guys, Farmer Bob here. Great to be back guys on another video. Welcome to my channel. This is the first time around. Welcome, a warm welcome to you. Do consider subscribing, liking and hitting bells and all kinds of nice things. It does help my channel. Thanks guys. Great man. So today we're looking at farmland. I've discovered that the farmland is broken in FS25. It's officially broken. So giants, get your ducks in a row, fix up the farmland, because we can't create maps if the farmland is broken. Anyway, let me quickly take you through the farmland and what's happened in FS25 now. The farmland is now, it's exactly working the same still, although there's way less. I think we only have 5 NPCs now, whereas in FS22 we had 15, and in FS19 I think we had 20. So now we are reduced down to only 5 NPCs, but I suppose you can add more, and more on that we will talk later, not in this video. But the farmland guys, so if you open your map in the editor, this is just my flat map that I've made. It's available on my website for download, and the links for my website in the video description of every video that I put. My links are in there. Great, so have a look at the farmland. If we click on farmland here on top, go to info layer farmland, it defaults to environment, so just select farmland there. You can see I have 3 farmlands set up here just for the heck of it, and farmland 1 is covering the entire map. Your active farmland is always in white, so control R on any of the other farmlands, it will toggle it here at the bottom for you, control R, so there you go. And on field, the only field on the whole map is field 1, and that's on farmland 1. Okay, so what happens now, the moment you add a field to a farmland in the normal style of how everything worked always, you can place as many fields you want on a farmland. But now in FS25, there is a bug. You cannot add more than 1 field to a farmland. So if I were to have now field 1 or farmland 1, the entire map like I do have here, I can only have 1 field on it. So very annoying. Giants, get it sorted out. You can't have it like that. It's impossible to have a farm with only 1 field. You should have the ability to have more than 1 field on a farm, as in previous versions of Farming Simulator. So that is a big problem. I've tried every way I can, but you cannot add more than 1 field. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't accept the field. And let me just show you what I'm on about. If we now go into gameplay fields, in here you'll see I have only 1 field. So if I now go to the script for adding more fields, map farmland fields field toolkit, and I say create a field, it takes a few seconds. My PC isn't how can I say, it's not a supercomputer, it's just a normal PC that I work on, standard version of a PC. So just click on that and wait. There you'll see, there it comes. Now this field number 2, it always drops in the center. So control B, you select the field, control B, and drop the field on a place where you want to put it. So I'm going to drop it there because I know farmland 3 is somewhere there. Great. So that if I now look at that field, obviously the naming of the field and polygons and everything will come to it. So if I open that field toolkit again, where did it go now? Oh, here it is. I'm used to having it minimized. Okay, so here we go. If I now go to toggle debug rendering, whatever you want to call that, and zoom in a little bit, I'm way too far out. What am I doing now? I'm still in farmland. Come on, there you go. Come a bit closer. Let's just make that field a tiny bit bigger. So for that, I'm just going to shift the points a bit. That's point number 2. Or mind you, let me just go to point 1 and move that about there. And point 2, it's right there. Point 3 there, and then point 4 there. So there we have a tiny short little field. Or let's just have fun with it and make it like that. All right, am I still on the farmland? Farmland Yep. No, I'm still way into the farmland, so that's fine. All right, so now we have 2 fields. All right. Now, if I now go into that script Mabobby again and just align the polygons to terrain, select the field 2, just get to everything select. It should actually be, because the fields are flat, or the terrain is flat here. Just do that, and then if I now say paint the field to farmland, if you do that, it will create a new farmland there on that field, and that is where the annoyance come in, because now it creates a farmland from the field. So if I now go to, I've got it selected, and repaint field to farmland, selected field, you will see now what happens. It's going to create a new farmland there in the field. So if I now go to farmlands, I am in farmlands, so I just want to deselect, and then Control R on that field. You see, now it's set farmland there. How annoying is that? Now I've got farmland 2, part of farmland 3. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, guys. So now the only way I can do that or fix that now is to actually just go Control R and repaint my farmland there. So field 2 can stay now on farmland 3. All right. So if I now add another field to that farmland, so if I'm just going to go here to the scripts again, add another field for us. And if I put that field now on this farmland, that is where the bug comes in. And I'll show you now what happens. Is just wait for my PC to build as a field. Control and B on that. I'll drop it here. This I can now, I've got it there, so I can now just zoom in a bit closer. Just want to make sure I'm still on the farmland. Yes, I'm solely nicely inside the farmland, worry free. Okay, let's go to the points. And then point 1, once again, let's just stretch that up a bit. Point 2 is fine. Point 3, let's move that down a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, just for the fun of it, you know. All right, so there you go. So there you are. I'm going to leave it like that now. And you're going to now see farmland 2, or field 2 and field 3 is on farmland 3. It's painted there, or it's placed there. So technically in game we should have those 2 fields on farmland 3. All right, so that is basically how it is. If I now go to just here, if you go into that verify or validate all fields, you'll see it gives an error there. There already exists field 2 on farmland 3. You see, so it posts an error. So it tells me the game is refusing to have 2 fields on farmland 3. All right, so just bear that in mind. There is already an error like that. You cannot have it like that currently. That is where the annoyance is. And you're supposed to have it like that. You must be able to put 10 fields on one farmland. And I think in Giant's mind, they wanted to combine farmland and fields. For some reason, I didn't understand why they want to combine it, because it cannot be one thing. It has to be 2 separate things, as it used to be in FS22, 19, 17, 15. Since day one, it's been 2 different things. So that is where the problem is. Even Giants themselves seems to not understand farmland anymore. That's why they got confused. So we have to sort it out. Oh my word, I'm in the wrong map here. Unfortunately, I'll just have to wait it out and waste a few more seconds of video time. There's some guys in the comment, some guy in the comments a video or 2 ago complaining about the length of my videos. I could have done it in so many minutes, and I don't know what else. Guys, just forward. There's a little button in YouTube that helps you to forward my videos. If you get annoyed with me talking about a certain subject, just forward the video a few seconds, and I'll probably be talking about something else. You know, it's a wonderful mechanic that YouTube has added to videos. Is the forward button. Great, so here we go. I want to quickly exit this thing. Quit the game. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I need to go to my startup map or start map, the small one. By the way, my 4x map is available now for my Patreon users until Friday. I think I'll release it publicly Friday. Farmer Bob start map. So you can start building your maps already if you are a Patreon member. Otherwise, just hang in there. It will be available eventually. Farmer start map, that's all good. I don't need any mods. Now you can see, if you look at the console, it doesn't. I can't remember seeing that it throws that farmland error here. Let's quickly just look at the errors that's here on the map. Yes, it is. There it is. There already exists field 3 on Farmland 3. So, you see, field update task, missing area for field update task. So there's your problem. The game is not allowing you to have more than one field on a farmland. And that is where the annoyance come in. And we want to make maps, guys. We want to get going with maps. And you can see, it's totally, that is farmlands now. By the way, this is Farmland 2 and this is Farmland 3. So it ignored my extra map that I've built here on Farmland 3. It is just not there. Though, if I now go into, if I were to, I actually forgot to paint the map. If you paint that map, let's see if we can I wonder if I can reload it. Will it reload the whole map? No, it won't reload the whole map. Anyway, if you go in here to repaint fields to farmland, no, repaint fields, just all fields. So let's just paint them. Save this. While it's saving, export, it's ready. And quickly just check it. It will show the field. That's what's so interesting. It shows the field and actually shows ownership of the field of, now I've quitted the whole thing, of the current farm, the current landowner. In other words, Farmland 2 has got an owner set up in the farmlands.xml. It shows the owner of that current field, and it shows the field, but it's just not registered in the game, and it won't be worked by the looks of it. So it's pretty annoying that, yeah, it's probably going to cause problems with your statistics and crop and all kinds of stuff in the game, you know. So that is where it's going to be a problem. They have to fix that. We can't have a broken farmland in the game, you know. So once again, the only thing I can say is, Giants, get your ducks in a row, sort it out, because we want to build maps. We can't build maps with incorrect farmland setup, you know. So that is basically, I could be looking like a big, I can say fool, because there it is, you know, Farmland 3, and it's got the field there, it's just not showing it, you know. So if I go to active created job, hotspot soil composition, it's a fully functioning field that's on that farmland, and if I go there, it will probably, I wonder how can I get there quickly? I can visit it, man. I can visit it. That's it. That's one very neat function of the game these days, is you can visit it. So here we see there's a crop on here, wheat. I didn't place that, but this one was ignored by the NPC, I could say. Totally ignored. You'll see the owned by you. Okay, that's why it's ignored. Did I set farm 3 to grandpa? Let me just have a look. Farmland 3 to grandpa. Mods, flat map, config farmlands. It is set to grandpa. Oh my word. Alright, by the way, farmlands, if you need to set up your farmlands, we only have the forester, helper, animal dealer, and what's the other one? Grandpa. So that is basically our little bit of options of NPCs that you have left. So if you want to, you can now set, for instance, ID3 to animal dealer. So let's just save it like that and just see if he works that field. That's basically what we can investigate further, is to see if that NPC will. I've changed it only an XML, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'm gonna do it again. Get into the wrong map. Still learning the ropes on, or getting used to all the new changes in the UI of the game, you know, where what is and all of that. It's a lot to comprehend and get used to from FS22. But I suppose it's better. I do slowly warming up to the menu system and everything. So now let's quickly run there again and visit. I'm going to forward the time a little bit, and in case the guy, you see now, it is owned by Farmland 3 by you. Why? I just set it to be not me. Am I on the wrong spot now? What's going on here? It's default farm property. Oh my word. I forgot to remove the default farm property. If the default farm property value is set, it will cause you to own that field anyway on the new farmer mode, you know. So do remove all the default farm property values from the setup, because yeah, sorry guys, that is now my thinking. It's early morning, I haven't woken up properly yet. And I'm trying to make a quick helpful video on farmlands. So by the way, that is basically how the farmland setup is. It's exactly the same as in FS22, except for it doesn't work with more than one field. So you can only have one field on one farmland currently. So I would suggest create your map and your farmlands and everything. You're actually at the moment forced now to sort of they've played their hand, and now you can't change anything, because you can't really continue making your map, you know. So Katie's this field is now owned by Katie, and you can see if you run to this field here, it's not been worked. It's been ignored and it's not been worked. So you can't have more than one field now on a farmland. So that is sad, guys. That is terribly sad and annoying at once. But I just want to say, we can't build maps now until they fix the problem. They have to get a solution to this problem. Unless you might bite the bullet and build your map with 200 farmlands, and each field on a farmland, split farmlands into small little portions, you know, which is terribly annoying, because now what's going to happen is you can set your ownership, luckily, in the farmland. So you're just going to have more farmlands. They're actually now fields with this piece of land around it. That's basically what it's come to. So you're going to have more default farm properties. That's basically what it is. You know, depending on how large size you want to make your default startup farm. As you can see, Grandpa owns quite a lot here on the default game. And anyway, there's a lot of farms that he owns, you know, all fields. He is quite the oak here in the village. Right, guys, a quick look at the in-game map, the US map, just to see how they have now set up their farmland. So if you go to the farmland setup, I just selected there, come down here to info layer farmlands, and then Control R, you'll see farmland 6, farmland 5, farmland 4, farmland 3, farmland 2, and possibly not buyable. Okay, so the white is not buyable. This one is farmland 1. Okay, let's now have a look at the farmland XML on that map US. So we can see immediately Grandpa owns 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So all 5 that farmland. So that's basically how you're going to have to do it currently. You cannot have more than one field. So each field now becomes a farmland with a piece of land around it. Have a look at this one here. You'll see that if I now zoom in closer, that is the field, and have a look at the farmland around it. It goes far beyond the field, so that's basically the way you're going to have to do it. Each little field becomes a farmland. A lot of guys has been doing that, even in FS22. They've created each field with a little bit of land and made that a farmland. It just means you're going to have way more farmlands, pieces of property that's owned by the same person. So in a sense, it works that way. It's okay, but it's not correct, because we can't put 2 fields now anymore on one farmland. So it is an annoyance, if I can say it that way. Anyway, guys, I hope it was informative and helpful. Have a wonderful, fantastic week. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. I hope you enjoy that 4X map and all the other awesome things there in the shop, all free for my Patreon users. Take care, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.